guys? 6 and 6 TV here with another road game recap. Kevin and Elton here. 6 topics, 6 minutes. Here we go. Kevin, just us two today. Give me your wrap-up thoughts from that road trip.
Road trip was good. Finished 3-2. Would have liked to have got that last game with Dallas, but you can't be disappointed with that road trip. All those injuries, we could have been the opposite side of that and been, like a 1-4 type scenario.
Yeah.
So I feel like the road trip was a huge success. The team showed up collectively and showed they're not going to be pushed around despite injuries, and showed some of their championship pedigree and their grit. So I was super happy with how they came out for that road trip.
Yeah, I think we all had some pretty ambitious predictions about this road trip prior to OG being out for a bit, Ibaka being out for the entire road trip, Lowry being out for the entire road trip, and we were quite optimistic about it. As soon as those guys went out, no one really knew what was going to happen. And if you had probably asked some people, even me and you, we probably would have said if we come out of there with 2 wins, we would have been happy.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, let's go to the first topic. Give me your thoughts. I mean, Raptors couldn't win against Dallas. Tell me what you saw from the game.
I thought the game was good for the first half. Third quarter, I felt like they lost it a little bit and couldn't get anything going offensively. A lot of, short clock scenarios where, whoever had the ball within the last 5 seconds was just trying to get a shot up and not really good possessions. Matt Thomas was having a good shooting game. All of a sudden, he was nowhere to be found. Nurse didn't play him much more. We got it within 2, but, Dallas is Dallas. Their length posed to be an issue. Rebounding was an issue, and we couldn't close it out. But we still competed. We got back in the game. I thought they did what they could.
Yeah, I think Siakam probably was the biggest difference. He has a good game, and we probably win that game. He looked a little gassed. You could kind of tell with the last couple of games with his jump shot. Not much legs in those jump shots.
For sure.
So if he has a good game, you probably win that game. But I'm placing the L on your wife. I know how much she was cheering for Seth Curry. So
I don't know what it is about Seth Curry, man. Just like Seth Curry, I don't know what it is.
That's all on her. All right, Matt Thomas. Again, another solid production from the bench. What does this mean? Look at the defense he attracts around the perimeter. Like, guys are not leaving him an inch. What does it mean for our team for the rest of the season if he's going to have that much of an impact?
Yeah, I think he's a key player in the sense that if he starts hitting some shots, mixes it up a little bit, he's going to demand more attention, allow us to maybe, go back inside, kick it back out to him. A whole bunch of different options. It opens up the floor for everyone. So I think, Nurse needs to play him a little bit more, and the rest of the league is going to see that he's definitely a scoring threat beyond the arc, and it's going to open up the floor for everyone else. So he's definitely an important piece I think we're going to need to utilize more this year.
Yeah, I like that we saw in the last couple of games. He's not just relying on open shots. A couple of times he's driven and step back, so he's creating some as well, which is nice to see. All right, All-Star defense. Look at this road trip. We shut down LeBron, shut down Kawhi, shut down Lillard to some extent. Shut down Doncic as well. Tell me how all this is happening.
I was thinking about how it is actually happening, and I think some of the credit, and no one's really been giving credit to him, has to go back to Nurse. Because sooner or later, yes, it's team defense and guys individually are locking some guys down, but that kind of goes back to the coach and buying into what he's preaching. So I know probably behind the scenes something we're not privy to. He's really telling the guys to hone in on some of the stars and do certain things. So I think a lot of credit here has got to go to Nurse because there's something being said in the locker room that definitely the guys are buying into. So I got to give it to Nurse that he's been shutting the guys down properly, especially on this road trip.
Yeah, big time. I mean, he's if you look at him, I mean, the last couple of All-Stars we faced, he's been trapping them, throwing men at them, and I think the speed of the defense that we have, guys are able to rotate pretty quickly and cover those double teams. Okay, Siakam. Again, a lot of chatter about him in contention again for most improved player. Would be unprecedented, but is that a possibility?
It's a possibility. I think he was averaging close to 17 last year. This year he's like 27. His average just got brought down now because he had like 15 points. But I don't know how you could deny him if he, reaches that 30-point plateau as an average and doubles his performance basically from a point standpoint. And if this team goes far, you gotta look at him for that. But again, I think it's unprecedented. I don't think anyone's ever won it twice. I don't even know if we're allowed to win it twice. But if his numbers show that he can do it, you gotta at least put him in the running.
Yeah, it's tough to get to go against those stats. 10 or 11-point improvement in terms of points per game is massive. All right, I want you back. What does this mean? It means I want you to pick one player that you could bring back to the Raptors, an active player today, a former Raptor that you could bring back to this team. Who would it be? Okay, and don't pick Kawhi. I don't want to hear Kawhi or DeMar. Those are the obvious choices.
No, yeah, you can't. Even though I'm wearing the shirt, no, you can't do that. I'm going to go with someone from the West. I'm going to go with PJ Tucker.
Okay.
I've seen some Houston games. The guy's got that grit, that bulldog mentality like a Lowry, and he can hit some threes, lock down, top guys on the other side. And he brings that veteran type pedigree with him. So PJ Tucker is one that I didn't like when he actually left the team. I thought he did well here in Toronto, and he played a lot of minutes. I'd like to see him back. Hey, we got to pay people to play here. They got to get paid. But that's my pick, man. That's my pick. And I already know
who's it going to be? You tell me. You say for me.
I'm just going to say a hint that he's a tall guy, and he plays at the FedEx Forum. Go ahead.
You're right. He's tall. His name is JV. How good would JV be right now? Come off the bench, throw the ball down to the post. Get you 2 points every now and then when things aren't flowing.
We need 3 points now. We need 3 points.
Okay, last one. I know you've been dying on the inside watching the Maple Leafs just shit themselves over the last I don't know how many games. It's just been truly pathetic. So I'm going to give you a whole minute to rant about the disgrace that is this Maple Leafs team.
You are absolutely right. It is pathetic. It is a disgrace. Even this new goalie played tonight, Kaskasuo, his family's out there watching. You give the guy no support. You let him get embarrassed in front of his family 6-1. Poor guy. Who knows what he's going to do after the game? He's not going to want to play here. Anyway, the Leafs are terrible. They're terrible. They've lost 5 in a row. If the season ended today, they don't even make the playoffs. And I love the Leafs. I love the Raptors. We even, at the beginning of the year, gave them some help from the Raptors, gave them the championship ball, and said, guys, after every game, pass the ball around. They can't even pass the ball around, man. There's no one to give it to. Give it to the best player. There's no best player. It's sad. I'm giving a farewell to Babcock. I don't see him here long. I think he's going to be gone, maybe even by Tuesday. I think this next 48 hours is going to be huge, and I'm not sure Babcock's going to be here. I think he's responsible. Someone's got to get through to the young guys. He's not the guy. Put Sheldon Keefe in. Goodbye, Babcock.
Yeah, you know what? I would agree. I think Babcock's a good coach. He may not be a good fit with this team. I don't think they're playing for him anymore. You can kind of read between the lines and with some of their comments lately that, I don't think they have full support of him. Anyway, I don't want to finish on a bad note, but, the Leafs, we need to cover them, and we need to say what's really true. So it is what it is. All right, made it 6 minutes. We'll see you tomorrow. After that, we started a 2-game homestand. We're out. Good night. God bless.
Peace.